One more time. I think we got it. Let me see a picture. One more time.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
you're
we
up.
go. That's right. They could not stop us. We are back once again. It is Watch Talk Live on a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday, midday afternoon. Hope everybody's enjoying the day. As we get the warm up going, we got some Daft Punk playing. Hopefully, since it's on my phone, we won't get knocked. Hope everybody's having an amazing day out there. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Can you hear
All
me?
right, beautiful. Yeah, I can hear you, so we're looking good there. I'm gonna just let 10 more seconds of Daft Punk play. It's just so good. This gets the day started right.
Good day, Julius Caesar. How you doing today?
Hail Caesar, what's happening, my brother? Hope you're having a great Wednesday. One more time. All right, all right. The jam session is over, and we are back to the best daily Watch Talk live show on the interwebs, intergalactically. I want to say, you know. If you need independent, truly, truly independent watch advice, check out cqthewatchguy.com where you can see all of my services. I am your host, CQ the Watch Guy, with the best co-host in the world, retired Watch Guy Jay. How are you doing? Oh, it's not Wednesday, it's Tuesday. How are you doing on this great Tuesday? I skipped the
It's
hump day.
yeah. I wish it was Wednesday. It's going, man. You know, Tuesdays are Tuesdays. We're Tuesdaying it. It's Tuesday, as they say across the pond.
It's been a nice little Tuesday. Made me feel like I'm there in Wednesday. Richard, what's going on? What's happening, Raj?
Good afternoon, gents.
Oh man, me and Richard about to have some good times. Right? I can't let all the details out, but really fun trip is about to happen. Super, super excited for that. All right, so today we're gonna look at some watch collections on Reddit, but I must say I was pleasantly surprised when I was scrolling through the remaining of the new releases from Geneva Watch Days, and this little Bremont popped up, and I actually like it. So I'm gonna start this
They're bringing you
day
back.
with positivity, with a Bremont a new Bremont. 'Cause I love old Bremont. New Bremont, I was kind of shaky with, but I bring you today a new Bremont that I like, and this is the Bremont Altitude Martin Baker Meteor Stealth Gray. I think this thing is pretty sick. Let me just quickly tell the people on Instagram that we're here.
This is a newer model. What made you like this one? Is it because it reminds you of their older stuff, or what is it that brought you back?
Yeah, so you reminded me of their older stuff. So the Martin Baker line is a watch that they've been making for a while now. So if you notice on the second hand, you have this black and yellow cord, right? So
Hmm.
this is what they would pull when they're ejecting. So all I'm pre- I'm pretty sure all, if not a majority of jets and different, planes and things like that, when they have ejector seats, they're made by Martin Baker. So this was a
Mm.
really, really cool limited edition that was, durable. They have a really interesting mid case on them to make them a little bit, their triptych case or three-piece case to make them a little bit more, there we go, to make a little bit more resistant. And there was a red variation. You could only get the red variation by actually pulling the cord and presenting them with the cord. Because usually, if you survive, you keep your ejection cord as as a memento. So the
Hmm.
Martin Baker line is a really cool line, and you may not remember Jimmy Fallon once gave his father-in-law one because he was a pilot and he ejected himself as well. Let me just do this really quickly.
Interesting looking watch. I mean, I can't really complain too much about it. Julius Caesar seems to agree. He says, "Yeah, the new Bremont Altitude looks good." Um, Compared to the things that you've shown me from the brand with their newer releases, I think that this is something easier on the eyes. I agree.
Yes, I think beautiful meteorite dial, titanium case. I think it's the first time that you've seen a Martin Baker honor bracelet as well. So I think all those are really, really good things. Let me just get this going. Watch here. Ba-ba-ba. Yeah, so they upgraded it a little bit, but the biggest thing here beyond the bracelet is a really, really beautiful dial. And I just think this is a good looking watch. It's not, I wish the old Bremont logo was there, whatever, but I can get over these things. This just looks like a sporty, military inspired watch from a brand that's really that's their bread and butter, right? In reality, they're a British Breitling. That's what they're trying to build. So they need to lean into that a little bit more. So you see, it says, to be honest, the new Bremonts, especially the Supermarine, looks better than the old. However, I've never seen them in person, so I can't judge them on their quality. What's happening, Gold Singer? Hope all is well in paradise, brother. Yeah, that's the one thing the quality we don't know, but if it's holding up to the old quality, I like this. Of course, the price is going to be a little bit too expensive for me, but everything's too expensive to me. 6,900 euros, 42 millimeter in diameter, 12.23 millimeters in thickness, and it is a grade 2 titanium case. 60 V mall. So start it out.
50.
Yeah, it's all right, but I just like that it's not, you know, it's not terrible. So happy to see
No,
that.
no, it's a nice. I'm not a big fan of Bremont, but uh, one of the nicer ones we saw this year. Good afternoon, Goldfinger. Welcome on in.
So to keep the Bremont news going, I saw this interesting article of Watch Pro, which is a great place just to get like business insider news once in a while. And they showed that Bremont racks up a $10 million loss in the first year of its turnaround plan. This is a really good article that goes in depth, but it shows a little bit of the meat and potatoes in terms of the profitability and the turnover of the brand. So right now, so in 2022 to 2023, that year, they ran at a loss of almost 14 million pounds. 23 to 24, they're just under 10 million pounds in a loss. And this is kind of where their turnover rate is right now. And it's showing that they really, in this chart, the only profitable years were 2013 to 14, 14 to 15. So that's very interesting to see, how hard it is to, find success within a brand. Because I want to say up until here, 2017, they're making quality watches. So something just in the sell-through just wasn't working for them. Another interesting thing is that Mr. Mr. Bill Ackerman, excuse me, Levi Ackerman, excuse me. Mr. Bill Ackman, the activist investor, is now a majority owner in the brand. I think it's 63%. So he's really taken a very heavy position in the brand through two different companies, and he believes in the brand. To date, I have been a passive investor in Bremont, but perhaps the activist in me caused me to step forward to recently seize the opportunity to materially increase my investment in the company and become the non-executive chairman for a newly refreshed board, Mr. Ackerman described at the time.
What does he know that we don't?
I think he just knows that if you just take it back to the old Bremont, you clean up some distribution things, you can make this a perfectly good brand, right? I think what happened is they were trying to, maybe do a little bit too much and they got too high end. But I think if they stick to under $10,000 watches, they do cool things like this where you get unique dials and stuff like that. There's a business to be had there. I don't think anybody will be fooled to think this is a $300 million business in the next 5 years. But I think you could probably make it turn a decent operating profit, and then maybe he exits it, or if I think he's a watch guy, so maybe he just keeps it around for a long time. Durad says, "What the hell is Ackman doing there? The guy's an egomaniac." Yeah, so he's actually been in Bremont. He's been involved in Bremont for quite a while, since at least for the past couple years. And I think I know a little bit. He likes watches, so I can see this as an interesting vertical for him to play with. And who else is really going after Bremont very aggressively? So let's see if he'll be able to make some magic happen.
You just blacked out. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, Durant says he's gonna sell it off to a P&E shop, probably. But let's go. Let's do one more new
I mean, it'd have
watch
to
here.
be profitable for him to sell it to a private equity, wouldn't it? Like, he'd have to
Yeah,
be able to convince somebody that this was going to be a profitable business. Yeah.
but again, I think it's doable. It's not undoable, but it's doable. So I can see if you
You're
know.
right. They're not playing in the, like we talk about, the overly expensive game. So one or two hit watches can set the course for them. I agree.
Exactly. So let's see though. It might just crash and burn, right? I want to circle back on this tree lobe, the tree lobe Trente Deux, which is the first manufactured movement with an integrated bracelet. We covered this a little bit in one of the other shows, but now we have some live pictures. Even though this looks like a CAD shot. CAD shot. Where's the light? I thought we had live pictures. You lied to me. There we go.
Hey, what? Can you go back to the case back? What is,
You are.
what's,
Okay, wait, let's go back.
sorry.
No, no.
What is this? Like, why?
So, so this is the rotor.
Uh, what is the
Yeah.
big electrical box in the middle? What?
So this is where a lot of the workings. It's interesting that they did this, but this is where the inner mechanics of the watch, at least a good bit of them, are held. So remember, on this particular watch, this is where the timekeeping element is, right? So it's just sequestered to one side of the dial. So it makes sense that the movement also would be semi-sequestered to one side of the dial, giving you this electric box
But
type situation.
my why have an open case back if you're gonna close one third of it with the actual movement? That okay, go ahead. So
So that I don't know. To be honest with you, maybe Gen G, if she's around, she can answer the questions on why we
it's
sometimes.
like it just feels weird that it's an open case back, but then like yes, we do see some of the movement, but then from what you're explaining, the more important or like what really makes the watch kind of move. No, the balance wheels. It just I don't know. Kind of weird that it's plated up half the movement or one third. Not worse watch. It's just weird that the open case back doesn't show much openness.
Yeah, it's interesting architecture. I don't know enough to tell you why not. At least you got the big escapement there, but it is interesting that they gave you a big open rotor, but the
And a
that
Nautilus
box is.
bracelet. Really, really, really inventive here.
Yeah. From this live shot, I really like it. There's not enough live shots in this particular article, but from this one, you give me maybe like a burgundy dial or something, and it's a win. Dirach has my bet Ackman sells Vermont to a Tata linked PE firm. Good line to enter India, Africa markets. I think that's a good call actually. I think that's a good call. There's a lot of emerging markets who they'll, you know, that certain brands will kill. And look at Hubo. Hubo is the greatest example of a brand. Everybody's like, oh, Hubo sucks. Hubo this and that. In Latin America, I don't think the fire ever went out for Hubo. In certain markets, like, okay, they love the watch. So if it resonates, it resonates. From the live shot, I give this watch 65 VMAs. I like it. But you put that question of the rotor in my head, and now I need to find answers.
45 to me. It's not.
Not too crazy.
You understand what's going on here more than me. Like this, it seems like a very high IQ watch. Like Duraj likes it. That's how I know it's like a high IQ watch. So it's like,
Yeah, the arch is very good taste. What's the price on these? 16.5. Wow, 16.5 euro. It's a good price point. Love that. Love the watch with a. See now I'm not even mad. You can't see the thing at that price point, and it's from France, so less tariffs. I like that watch.
from
I want to see one in
France.
person from France. Diraj says Ambani's driven India watch mad. Listen, and imagine that's one market that when that wakes up, it will swallow a lot. Same with the Asian mainland China market when that was humming. You remember Retired Guy J. It was a little bit of a different world. And that market kind of went quiet. The U.S. is kind of the one big elephant that always kind of keeps going. It gets grumpy sometimes, and there's issues with tariffs and stuff like that where people are buying. But there are emerging markets that are primed that if they start buying, it goes crazy. All right, so I want to do a little bit of Reddit scrolling here. This is kind of what I do when I'm when I'm bored. To be honest with you, I'm a big Reddit guy and a big forum guy in general when it comes to watches. So I wanted to just go down a bunch of really cool collections and let's not judge. We'll review, not rate. I was gonna say let's rate them, but like I don't think that's nice because these people didn't ask their watches to be rated. But I think we can definitely review and give some opinions on what they have in their collections. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do, guys.
Well, come on in, Noctua Watch Corp. Diraj says he really likes that Trilo, but the movement, minimal parts.
I like it as well. I understand what Jay's saying, but I think in person for that price point, I think I like it. Because the problem is if it was an open,
Well, like, what's the Parmigiani cost? Like 25, 30, comparable? Because that's what I would. It looked very similar to a Parmigiani.
so a Parmigiani Tana PF probably gets you in mid 20s. I want to say.
Yeah, I'll pay the extra 10 for the Parmigiani personally.
Yeah, and I can understand that. I can understand that, but from somebody who's been kind of intrigued by Trilo for a long time,
Yeah,
for
it's different.
yeah, and I think it's a good, just like a nice price point. Not to see another $30,000, $40,000 watch. I'm really, really happy about that. And shout out to Noctua Watch Corp. All right, so this is the first state of the collection that I pulled up. I thought this guy likes this guy likes his exotics. Really, really cool. You have a Soko Luca. You have a interesting Rateca. You have what I believe is the Resence. I believe that's a Dubai or UAE edition. He got a couple Barents. He has a Ulysses Northern Air. So he loves a good skeleton dial watch. That's for sure.
He buys what he likes. He's not buying what people
Look at
tell him
this.
is
Wow.
cool. That freak, so
Yeah,
interesting.
this is a Fuke with a really unique dial there. This is a pretty cool collection. I'm not gonna lie. Some people might be like, you know, not for me. But if you like a skeleton dial, he has some pretty good ones here.
It's a cool watch collection, but it's gonna be
Which
buried with
watch?
him.
Cause these are like everything's out of your out of your wheelhouse. Which
The
watches of these
check-in,
collections? The chicken up top,
the check-in on the left, all the way to the left, the monster.
the the Baron's chicken. This,
No, no, no. Yes, sorry. Yes.
yeah, the Baron's chicken. Wow, I could see you with that.
Everything else is just very, cool. Like as I said, like this guy is not influenced by others' opinions, and that's really cool. Not my kind of collection, but like I have a lot of respect for somebody who buys what they truly like and don't care what other people have to say, and that's what this collection seems to me.
I like it.
Is
I
that
like it.
the Wizard of Oz on the bottom right?
Oh, that's what that is. Good eyes. That
What
is
brand
a
is that?
Wizard of Oz watch. I don't know. Let's see if he writes it in the.
Interesting.
Sorry, no Rolex, Omega, or Casio here. That's a pretty awesome collection. Let's see. Oh, this one was pretty nice too. A mix of grails, quirks, and designs that keep me hooked on this hobby. This is a really well-rounded collection. You got a couple Daniel Roth pieces. You got a Bulgari Finissimo. We got a Along Sole Perpetual. This is a Reverso. I think that's a deluxe CTS rubber strap. IWC Perpetual, the OG, Drive the Cartier. This is a very well-rounded collection. Panerai Due Moon Phase over there as well. And I can't really see what's in the back besides this that's an aqua timer. This is a
I was
strong
about to say that's
collection.
definitely an IWC. Yeah, I mean this is more akin to something that I would gravitate towards a little bit more of the, normal, if you could say that. I like the JLC a lot. Daniel Roth is always something that piques my interest. Also, the Cartier driver. Very nice. I like this collection a lot more than the last, even though I will say again, the last one was a collector's collection. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Th-
true
this
collect.
as well.
This as
But this is
well.
more. There's some blue chips in here. There's a little bit of
Exactly.
some blue
Like
chip
this
sprinkle
guy
there.
was also thinking about like, hey, maybe one day I might want to move some of these into something else. I think that the guy prior doesn't mind holding on to those watches, like he said. There's no Omegas, no Rolexes. Like this is my collection. This is like, hey, maybe one day I can move into a paddock, and he might have 3 or 4 watches he puts for some cash, but this is closer to what if I had a good, surplus of BTC, this is closer to what my collection might look like.
Which
Rolexes.
row do you take?
The
One, two,
first row.
three. Yeah, right.
I think
Like, like,
the third row up is also nice, but the
yes.
first row kind of just gets you everything you need.
Yeah, that first row is a strong first row. Like you're ready to go for a trip. The first. Oh, is this are these double row rolls? Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, I'm taking this roll. Give me the green roll. Oh, the blue roll ain't bad though, but I don't know what these two are.
If you could swap the bottom row of the blue with the top row of the green, then yeah, I'm all for it personally. Watch Addict says, greetings, CQ and J. Missed the stream yesterday, sharing some good news with the Watch fam and you guys, CQ and J. I passed an exam and got my driving license.
Hey,
Congrats, brother. Congrats.
congrats, Watch Addict. Be safe on the roads out there, and remember, it's not about how good you drive. It's about the others who drive around you. As somebody who lives or has lived in South Florida and still live in Central
Well,
Florida,
he's
I
based in
can
the
attest.
UAE, so you know how important it is to get a
Oh,
driving license here, CQ, since you've
so
been there.
okay, I was wondering. Cause like, wait, watch out! I feel like you're at least our age. Yes, getting a driver's license in the UAE is not very easy. It's a much more
You
harder
didn't have
test.
one?
I did not have one because like when I was like, oh man, I didn't drive much first of all, but when I said, okay, let me get a license, it's a big process there. It's not as simple as like, hey, just turn in your license. These are the UAE laws versus the US laws and stuff. It's a more stringent test. It's it's hard. Like people there will take like 6-7 times to get their driver's license. It's like that. It's just a little bit different, and the
You
rules
gotta
are a
be hitting
little
them
bit different.
cones, huh? Just say you
Exactly.
be
But
hitting them cones, man.
yeah, because what happened with me is like I got a once you get your visa, you can't use your normal. You're not supposed once you get your Emirati ID, you're not supposed to use your normal driver's license to get an international temporary driver's license. You have to get the Dubai one. It became a thing because remember Watchbox came down and I was driving people around and
I remember that.
I didn't have my license. Oh, got him. I'm done. But congrats to you, Watch Addict. That is a very hard
That's
feat.
that's dope, man.
Also, still be careful because you know how some of those drivers can get. It can get a little like you haven't lived until you take like a taxi doing rush hour on Sheikh Zayed Road. Oh man. See, it took him about 5 months. Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
What was the hardest part? What was the hardest part to you? How bad was the questionnaire? And that means I'll be seeing you during Dubai Watch Week, right? I hope so. I'm excited, man. We got some couple really good groups going. Our oh man, brain fart. Our brother Goldfinger will be there. A lot of guys from the OC group. Got some Watch Society guys going. Got some CP Time guys going. I will not sleep. I already know. I'm gonna sleep the day before. I'll be able to sleep, and then I'll sleep on the flight over. All right, here's another great 6-piece collection. Current rotation. What do you think of the lineup? He also stole a H Moser C tray, which I like. Savvy. This is a savvy guy. I'm leaving here with something. So we have a Atsuka Lutek up top. You got a Line Sport yellow dial. This is titanium, no bumpers, the best one. You got the Patek World Timer chronograph. We got a OG Explorer 2 here that's pretty faded, almost white, ghost white. Then you have a Christopher Ward, and then an Elegante Titanite black label. What's crazy about oh my god? What's crazy about this picture here, right? Is on secondary market value, this quartz watch on a yellow strap outperforms all of these. It might, I gotta double check on the yellow dial ARS, but I think right now this is under this. And
This
this is
guy's
a
a
quartz
Steeler
watch.
fan, clearly.
Oh, right? This is a big
His
Steelers
two most
collection.
expensive watches are Jords that have yellow and black. But
Hey, it's a Yinza.
hey, and I mean, very, very. I, what's going on with the Sukalo Tech? Because this is like the third one we've seen in these collections.
It's a
Like,
new vibe. I'm
okay,
telling you, people listen to me.
is this
Japan is
Asian Japan?
coming. Japan is coming. The Japanese watchmakers are coming, and they're gonna make what's going on in Switzerland with some, not everybody, with some of the independent watchmakers and their pricing and the quality that you're getting and who. Because the thing about these Japanese watchmakers, they'll let you know everything that's going on. You'll be able to know who's slaving away on the movements. There's much less, behind closed doors things going on, and they're gonna take over. So Atsuka Low Tech is doing good, and it's a very unique watch, man. It's a unique way of selling time, very industrial, not for everybody, and the price point isn't crazy. These are under 8,000, even on the secondary market.
Not bad. Hey, Abdul Watches or Abdul R Watches, thanks for stopping by.
What's up?
Watch Addict, I agree. For a second, I also thought that Christopher Ward was a Moser, but I could see that octagonal weird thing going on, and I knew that it could never be Moser. It could only be one thing, CW. Abdul R Watches says this is a very cool, balanced collection, very under the cover. I agree. The yellow line sport isn't too undercover, but everything else kind of flies
But
under the radar.
so the thing about the yellow Dow Jones, there's a certain person out there who like really props up that market, and it happens to be CQ the watch guy. I made the yellow Dows famous, guy. So I'm sorry that people wanna.
Pac Eldridge is stopping by. He's letting
What's
us
up,
know he's
Pac?
having a quick lunch and off to meetings, man. I wish one day I'm making money and as busy as Pac, man, because this man is always on the run,
Hey,
on the
and we
go.
appreciate that you stop in to share some of your time with us, Pac, every day. You're awesome. All you guys, love you guys so much for tuning in. We got 12 people in the chat. Upvote, upvote, upvote. This is a nice collection, well rounded. The prices are high, but I don't think anything's super duper showy on this one. I like you. I like you. Let's see what else. Also, I have a question.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm rocking Aaron Rodgers black and yellow all day. You're right. Zenith, Aaron Rodgers, Chronomaster. I'm gonna cop it. If he throws another 4 touchdowns, yes, I'll be rocking
Wait,
the Aaron
I don't
Rodgers
have space. I wanted
Chronomaster.
to run and do the Aaron Rodgers, the Mario.
Yeah.
So this is a 7-year in collection. The pictures are a little bit blurry, but this is nice. We got a 5235G regulator paddock, Vacheron 56, the calendar. You got the Moser Swiss Alps, sorry. JLC Master Control, Memovox, Silver Dial, Yellow Dial Reverso. There's some good stuff here. This is 7 years of good collecting, buying what you like.
Yeah.
I don't see any misses here.
It's kind of funny. It's like, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I might not be able to see the bottom as much, but it's
Yeah, me
almost
neither.
like the top starts at like pretty much valuable, very valuable, and then it slowly dwindles in value as you go lower. Am I wrong in thinking that? Because it's like the Bell and Ross and the Sin and everything on the third row.
Oh, there's more pictures. Oh, there's
Oh,
more.
gee, I think I'm standing by my statement
So,
now.
so it's wait, let me see something. So the statement is this has gotten out of hand, and Abdul R says before we even got to the other pictures, Abdul R is like looks like someone went too deep in his 7 years. So this is where we started. I realized okay, this is good, and it definitely looks like this is when we had a junior job, and then we got up to the C-suite maybe, and then we see the things he collects when he's bored,
Yeah,
and then we got some nice funky Bulvas. He has a really strong. This is a nice Bulva collection actually.
trust you on this one, CQ. You
And then we got this is just a hodgepodge of stuff. Some Mr. Jones watch, a Timex, his NTA. So he likes the indies, or they like their indies, and then these are just close-ups on the
wait, come
higher
on.
watches.
This is definitely a man's collection. No disrespect, Genji, chime in
Listen,
here, but I don't. Not to say that ladies don't collect nice watches. I'm just saying some of these watches just skew men hubris, in my opinion. Um,
yeah, you're
if
probably right.
if
I was on
Genji was here,
OC.
she could speak to it. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, it gets tricky, man. I was on OC stream and there was a thing with Ilaria Ressa maybe stepping down, and we went in. We always end up when we're talking about AP and her is how she pointed it towards lady collectors and OC and Buckley, and most people believe that they really aren't that much lady collectors out there for brands to pivot towards. And what I believe is that brands shouldn't pivot towards any specific group, but they should allow access or help other groups get access, right? And I do believe there are some heavy lady collectors. We just don't know them. But I've met a few. So if I met a few, there are many more out there. So I just don't like to be like, it couldn't be.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But I also feel like a lady would have had just like, they
Yeah, Bulgari or something in here.
Bulgari, a little bit more pizzazz, one bag cleave maybe.
A lot of silver dials in this collection. This is the one thing a lot of black dials. This ain't bad. I can't nitpick. I wanted to nitpick for nitpicking's sake, but
Okay. He did well for himself in the end. Like towards the end, he
he
started
cleaned it up.
upgrading.
All right, let's see. Okay, let's do something a little fancy. Some nice collections on Reddit, man. I love it. This is his main collection, not his side collection. And I think this is a good main collection. Will the picture zoom or no? You guys can see. So we got a Vacheron Constantine Historic 1921 silver dial on the right. You got a VC Overseas, the retrograde moon phase, date moon phase up top. So he has that on a bracelet with two straps. He has an AP Jules Audemars Chrono. This is a good watch. 5212. The real way to do it. People have been doing. OC just got his on this strap as well, on that textured calfskin strap. Then you got a long song. I think it's a long one. A long moon phase, black dial. This is a nice collection.
Yeah, I mean, pretty solid. Why
Good
did they
brands
take
that
the
you heard of
strap off the top? What
to
was
take
that?
pictures like this. You got to pay your taxes. On Reddit, you pay taxes with movement shots.
What? With the cereals out there like that?
Well,
Crazy.
people don't know, man. People unfortunately don't.
For
They don't
raise.
care. Maybe they know, but they don't care. But be careful with serial numbers, guys. You never know that there are a lot of funky people who do funky things, and you just don't. If you can spare a moment to just blur out your serial numbers, it doesn't hurt. You don't want somebody using your pictures to scam somebody. Abdul R says main collection sounds so dirty because you assume you have a side collection that no one knows about, or you don't want any. For sure, this guy has a side collection. The question is, what's in his side collection? If this is in your main collection, Jay, what's in your side collection? What are you
Well,
not telling
I
the
mean, he
people
probably
about?
has some Rolexes that he's like, well, I don't want anybody knowing that I also have some Rolexes too. Because there's also that stigma for,
For sure.
in my opinion, as watch collectors, where it's like, oh, you got Rolexes. Do you even like watches, or are you just collecting? So it's like this seems like somebody who done his research and bought watches based off of like horology and things he likes. And he might not want people to know he has some Mariners and he wears
He,
an
he
Ulster
definitely
Perpetual.
has a Daytona or two. For
He's
sure.
got the yellow OP we saw yesterday, the cream OP.
Oh yeah, the beige climber, the beige
Hmm.
climber. Watch Addict says, CQ and J, what are your thoughts on straps that have the end falling towards you like that paddock? So he's talking. We'll be able to see it here. You're not really gonna be able to see it here, but he means like the tang buckle there. Let me see if I can get a picture. I don't mind. Basically, what he's saying is like when you're buckling it, you kind of buckle it in that way. Some people don't like it. I don't mind it. I've handled many of these paddock style straps, and maybe I should pull up a picture of the clasp. And I think it fits well. I do think everybody's different. Everybody's wrist is different. So some people are okay with the buckle, some people aren't. So some people, if the strap is too tight, like if they need a very short strap, and if their wrist is very, very tiny, because the strap is tiny, the buckle is too big. You can't make the buckle smaller. So oftentimes that can stick up in your
Does Paddock do butterfly? No, right?
they don't do butterfly. So
Yeah. See, that's my
Paddock,
preferred. And of course, they don't do that.
yeah, maybe one day they will, and a lot of people wish they will. Let me just kind of put the picture up here.
Get it because the butterfly isn't exactly like it doesn't scream like dressy, whereas the paddock deployants they
Exactly,
look.
because you could just get that little signet outside, but then you have this larger part there that can kind of dig into you. So it depends the watch. Sometimes you gotta go time because sometimes, again, especially if you have a smaller wrist, there's nothing you can do without having this going over that one part of your wrist that just doesn't feel
Okay, now I get what you're saying.
you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel good. Um, let's go back and find another great collection. I like his main collection. Let's see what's in that side collection. I should shoot him a DM.
He ain't gonna tell you, man. He's keeping that on the
Not.
reps.
He won't. He won't. Let's pull up these two. A lot of good collections out here on Reddit, but I see a CQ. All right, let's go to the chat. D-Rod says, nice corn to Vacheron on that last one. I agree. That one's pretty nice. Noctuna Watch Addict, Noctuna Watch Corp. Wow, amazing seeing you here. As a huge Sin fan, especially the 857. I really admire your PD1. Oh, I think we got to check out the Noctua Watch Corp watch to see what's going on there. All right, so here's another good collection. Almost 10 years into watches and working. A solid, well-rounded collection. He has some exotics with the Frank Mueller. He has a Tudor Day, which I think is nice. But everything, solid picks.
I like how they're all wrist shots and make sure you know I wear them.
Yeah, I wear my watches.
Seems like
Right
a
here's
nice, somebody who enjoys watches, not too hoity-toity about it.
This is an interesting collection here. So you have Datograph, nice Grand Seiko, the Glashute CQ in the blue, beautiful choice. The Breitling Premier Pistachio Chrono, Halo Sone Perpetual. The Mega Vintage Inspired piece was really good. A nice reversal on an interesting strap. What is this? An older sub, a two-liner. A Zenit El Primero. And an older Moonwatch, like Speedy Reduced. This is a cool collection. This is a good box.
Yeah, it's
If you
strong.
don't, if you don't need more things on bracelets,
I hope he has a bracelet for the sub, or at least have some kind of. I just don't like it on a leather strap, personally. Like that strap just isn't doing it for me.
Julius Caesar, when GOCQ edition, um, sooner than you think. I gotta, cause the person I won't rehash the conspiracy, but I had a person in there. I had two people in there. One person is gone. I think the other person is still in there. But I slowly need to work on getting the CQ edition. It will happen. It will happen. But we gotta be political. It's not if it was an independent, done. But because it's a Swatch group, we gotta take our time there. Okay, let's check out Noctua Watch Corp. They're out there in Canada. Let me pull that up on the back end. To watch out, it says, do check it out. CQNJ, the Canadian micro brand scene is really popping, and guys like Noctua Watch Corp and Helios are leading the charge. Abdul R says he prefers on rubber as well, but heavy hitters with these Elan and Sone. The old sub will look good on the Artem Hydroflex strap. I agree. This particular strap, I think they just like a little bit more vintage, but I would have loved to see a different type of strap. Let me just pull up. What's your favorite watch in the box? What's in the box?
You're asking me out of these?
I'm asking you.
Probably longer. The pistachio, God forbid I get a Breitling. I also like the pistachio Breitling. But the long is really nice. I'm sorry, bro. Beyond the CQ being named after you, I just don't see what you see in it.
Hey, there's a lot of
It just
CQ
it
haters
looks
out
like
there.
Bell and Ross. It looks like a non like
It's the most beautiful diver I've ever did see. Not CQ.
hey man. To each
Listen,
their
I got
own.
one shot. I got one shot of a
To
watch.
each their own, bro.
One shot. of a watch is named after me because now that's trademarked, right? So I gotta make it happen. I gotta make it happen. All right, we're gonna check out Noctua watches who are here in the chat. They are made in Canada, built. Wait, I wanna get the tagline. Made in Canada, built for adventure, engineered for endurance. All right, and we have them in the chat as well. So any questions you want to ask, let's ask them. Let's see what's the best watch? These all look fun though.
It looks like Watch Addict said he liked the PD1, is what he said. PD-1.
The PD-1. All right.
Mhm.
The P. This is it. So PD-1, we are at 443 US dollars. We got a nice diver, 300 meters, water resistance, stainless steel bead blasted, 42 millimeters. No tariffs. I like these. Hey, it's a thing now. It's a thing you got to think about when you're buying your watches internationally.
It's
I
pretty
love this.
nice. I like that. I like the Noctua symbol. It's like an owl, I think, right? It's pretty
Yeah, it's
cool.
a,
And the dial especially. Like sometimes the symbol of the brand just doesn't work well. Christopher Ward. This this one, this one's nice. Very nice watches, especially price point.
Vimal says people watch Terminalist and then go shopping for military watches. Welcome to the chat, producer Vimal. I think this might be my favorite. I like the lume on this style. Very nice. Nook to a watch chat. If you're still in the chat, what is the hardest challenge in starting a new watch brand, and how long have you been making it? Would love to know that. Pick your brain a little bit. But check out Noctua watches. Cool pieces, a good price point. And how long does it take for a watch to ship from into the U.S. Just so the people know?
Bro, don't do him like that because that's like asking
Nah,
one of us sales reps like how long it would take to get a watch to Switzerland or something. It's like
I'm putting it on the spot.
give
I'm sure.
given the trade laws, like I did not study international exchange, okay?
Oh man! All right, let's keep looking at cool collections on Reddit. If you guys have anything in particular you want us to talk about, please feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm happy to go where the chat wants us to go. I don't know why, but this is a good picture, so I'm gonna just look at this real quickly. I feel like this is a. Come on. What do you think about this collection?
I'm waiting for it to kind of zoom in because I can't really see it on
Yeah,
my phone.
this one. There we go.
So Omega, Tiffany Dial, sorry, Omega's Aquaterra, Tiffany Dial OP, Grand Seiko with the like meteorite. It's what's the one on the bottom? Yeah, the
This is an
one
almost
is is that an almost?
here.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I can't even see it there.
This is not a bad collection.
Yeah.
If you love a bracelet, this hits all the things.
What's the one all on the strap?
This is a Longines. I forgot the name. It's a Longines Conquest, a vintage style.
Hmm.
All wearable watches, by the way. All watches that that people have. All right, Noctua Watch Corp is giving us answers to the hard hitting questions. If I have the model already made in stock, I ship within 48 hours. Awesome. Good to know that there's not a big, 10-month wait for these really cool watches. And thank you for letting us know. Let's see if we got anything funky. I want to find like a funky collection here. This one's not bad. The average suspects. This is an interesting one.
It's funny how they're like, please say nice things.
Well,
This is the internet, brother. Just know you're subjecting yourself to, like, you're opening your flank by posting anything on the internet.
First of all, this is a great picture. Like whoever shot this picture did a good job. I think they did some Photoshop on this. If not, really, really good picture. This is an interesting. This has to be photoshopped. The pictures look too good. I don't care. This is an interesting collection. You have a mixture of Urwerk, Resonance, Devon thread, and G Shocks.
It's
I
like
would love this
not
client. I
horrible,
would
but at
love
the
this client.
same time, it's just like nothing. Like this guy knows what he likes. That's all I can say. Like he picked a side and stuck to it. Tony Stark called. He wants his collection back. That's yeah, I could see that. Because it's definitely like I got billions of dollars to burn and I like techie things.
Well, the Devon thread alone is such a deep cut. So if today, let's see how long ago this post was. This post was 3 months ago. So if 3 months you're doing a state of the collection shot with Devon thread, both Devon threads in your lineup, I think that's amazing.
He has the horizontal and the vertical. That's how you know.
Yeah, that's a believer. This one, this horizontal, this will wake you out of death. The noise this makes if you don't keep it in quiet mode. This is like if you thought you hated the tick of like a grandfather clock or something. They fix it with the second one, but the first one, it's brutal.
This
It's
guy
really
works
brutal.
on cars for sure. Like he has a car that he goes out and works on and he
Or a tech guy.
no, he neglects his wife to work on cars and look at his watch collection. Clearly.
Oh man. Helshan, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a while. Seems so many people outkick their coverage by amassing such large collections. It's just not a flex anymore to have a ton of pieces. Just my opinion. What's your perfect number, Helshan? What's a number that if you cross, it's too many pieces? I have to ask that to everyone in the
Somebody
chat.
said eight, and even eight feels like it's lofty. I mean, it depends on how much. I think four
Well,
for me, depending on how much. It's just how many different watches can you wear. So for me, four, but I think eight would probably be high max. Abdullah watches says, Jay, I don't think he has a wife. He wouldn't buy two. Let me tell you something, brother. It's funny what men can keep away from their wives, and this Trey has never made it in front of his wife.
nah,
He's
nah.
buying this for the offshore account.
The G Shocks that they come out a little bit, but like these aren't bad watches. Just like a very interesting collection of them. I would rock all of these watches. I just wouldn't have them living in one collection. And the Devon treads, I just wouldn't charge it up. This is just really good. This is also the electric resonance, which is interesting. I'd probably wear this
Says
one.
3 to 6 would be in his collection. Duke of Richardson says J and Q, we smoking on that Invicta pack tonight. Lamal says this guy lives in Dubai and had all the watches, got bored and gave it away to his house helps. Now he buys these to fill the hole in his soul.
Oh man, you guys are the best.
Noctua Watch Corp, I guess answering your question about breaking into the market, saying the hardest part right now is getting notoriety in the market as a very new brand. So, love that you guys took a moment to check me out. Cheers. Cheers to you as well. Julius Caesar said 8 to 10. Gerard says 10. So, maybe I was wrong. Maybe 8 to 10 truly is the right amount.
So in my head, right, like 10. If we take 10 as a number, of that 10, like six are watches you wear very regularly, and four end up being watches you don't wear. I think you could manage 10 in terms of like. I think the issue happens when you cross the double digits. Is are you wearing the watches, or is there purpose this watch has in my collection? Right. I think in my active wearing collection, 6-ish, 6 to 8. I could see I'm a watch guy, so I could see 6 to 10. But I could also see me having 30 old Breitlands that I never wear, but I love to collect. I could see myself having a bunch of old pocket. I could see myself hoarding a bunch of things that I don't wear, but I know in my head I I'm not wearing these. I'm getting these for the makeshift museum. I put when I start to go see now. I'm just working in my makeshift like watch store. Come visit old Grandpa CQ, that type of thing, But it's all about the usage. To Nocto Watch Corp's point, the hardest part right now is getting notoriety in the market as a very new brand. I love that you guys took us out. We're happy to check out new brands and good luck. I know how hard it is to make a new brand, and there's so many brands out there. It's hard to get break out and get notoriety. But you make good product. You keep being a good person, and you price your stuff well. I think success will find you, my friend. Look forward to keeping track on the journey. Here's a 10 watch collection, and I'd only wear 3 of them. Too much black dials. This is the one dial problem. Because then in my opinion, I just end up wearing the top row. And then when I get to the top row, this fights with. I never wear the Breitling. I end up wearing these 4. And then the Submariner and the Seamaster 300 fight a little bit. Abdul R says CQ, these collectibles don't count in the main watch collection. Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, let's see. He has more. All right, we got some tags. We got some Zin. Clé de Cartier. Watch it doesn't get any love. Nice little Rolex state just over there. All right, not too funky. Come on, we got a few more minutes. Us. Divide says went to knock to his site. Nice pieces. All right. Let's find. Ooh, here we go. It's the Monaco's fault. Since 2004, the watch that was the gateway drug to this collection. We'll see if the picture will blow up for us. So I don't want to zoom in too much because the zoom isn't the best. So we got Attaquer Monaco. I always forget the name of this brand. Then we got a rose gold Panerai submersible, a Panerai Purdy, the engraved one. So you met with OJ. We know this person. Another Panerai. Then we got a FP Journe Chronomètre Bleu, a Roger Dubuis Sympathy, white gold or platinum. Then we got a Roger Dubuis Sympathy chronograph. I'm loving this guy's collection so far. Then we get a Cartier, I forget the model, but that's a model pusher chronograph. Cartier Santos, Dubai Limited Edition. I'm actually hunting for one of these right now. Royal Oak, 15400 maybe. Royal Oak 41 millimeter, white gold GMT meteorite dial. New style Daytona, Oyster Flex, rose gold and white gold, both in a nude style. He has a titanium Yachtmaster. He has the white gold Gondolo Salmon. He has a Ellipse. He has a, this is a 5940. He has a 5170R. He has this one, the other chronograph, I forgot the reference. Then he has a VC Overseas Dual Time. Don't know what that is. VC Turb. VC 1921 in rose and white gold. And then at the bottom, oh my God, at the bottom he has a Datograph Odysseus white gold, Lange Perpetual, Saxonia, and Parmigiani just for like an aperitif.
I mean, it's a solid collection. I mean, not really any misses that you can really speak to, you know.
No, this is pretty good. Duke of Princeton, What You Want, Panerais Only, OJ Watley. Yes, sir. OJ the Juice, who's now second time watches, and he's doing a lot of good content as well. This is definitely, if you bought everything new, like you got a good relationship and you kept it rocking. Because these Rolexes here, and then there's the one Royal Oak. I like this collection. I wouldn't double up as much as he's doubled up. I wouldn't have doubled up the 1921, and I wouldn't have doubled up. I haven't went white gold Daytona blue for one of these, but everything else here, I like the watch. Abdul R says, Abdul R. Watcher says, how can you reduce such a collection? That's like a perfect piece after other. I agree. This would be one of the beyond the dupes. And even then you could say, well, I would wear the rose gold somewhere. I wouldn't wear the white gold, and vice versa. But
But I
they're
mean, I think the dupes speak to the styles that spoke to him the most, you know. And like a Daytona, you can never have too many Daytonas. Now, I get why you're not a big fan of the driver. Uh, is it a driver? What is the one, the white gold and the yellow gold Vastron? What is that?
yeah, the 1921. I just wouldn't have both.
I mean, but
That's
that's
all.
such like he must really like that watch. Like you, the only
Exactly.
way you have two of these is that like that case style and dial portrayal speaks to you.
This is a solid collection. Let's see what he says. Earlier last year, posted a state of the collection pick. I think I was nearly finished, 23 pieces, a few usual suspects, blah blah blah. Blah. Today I feel like I'm 95% done. I'm 99% done. Maybe swap out remaining 30 pieces. A lot of research, a lot of time. That's a strong collection. Kudos to that person. Let's do two more before we wrap it up. This watch box looks interesting. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. You guys are the best. Do me a favor and upvote, upvote, upvote. It helps a lot. Comment, like, subscribe. All the good one. Yeah. Bro said 100% done. It's never 100% Abdul. There's always a watches and
He doesn't
wonders.
have a Richard Mille or Elegante. He's got some room to
Exactly.
grow. He doesn't have a
Exactly.
Grubel Force. Like CQ, I'm surprised CQ didn't besmirch him because he doesn't own
Well,
a
you know,
Grubel or a Burner on.
I don't like to seem elitist. I don't like to be that guy. I love everybody. I love the
Oh,
T-cells.
this guy's got a Hublot. Let's move on. Wait, is that a Hublot? The
Which
one that's
one?
next to the IWC Miami?
No, this is a Maurice Lacroix.
That's a Maurice Lacroix. Oh,
Yes, a Maurice Lacroix. Come
it's the
on.
strap and then like the porthole thing made me think it was a Hublot.
Yeah, it's like a sporty Acon or Icon. What's happening, Tim Wright? Hi to the crew, cheers, boys. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Duke of Brissington says that Rado Captain Cook is such a unique piece. I agree. These kind of like they're just a great pickup from Rado. The price point isn't bad, and it's a very, very unique watch that is made very, very well. Hellshan says, hopefully his wife thinks he has two watches and the rest are in the safe deposit box. Divorce would carpet bomb this collection. Unfortunately, I remember earlier on in my career, I had to help someone who had a collection like that and went through a divorce. Let's just say he was willing to take a 15% hit because he left the boxes in the wrong house. And he was like, I know where the boxes are. I'm not going through it. So yeah. Understand what you're doing. I think this is a really well-rounded collection. You have a Tissot Sea Star on the bottom right, a watch that I own. You have a nice Panerai submersible, or it's a Tudor flag. Cardiac. This is, what does he call this again? This is not the drive. The Cartier de Cartier. Calibre.
Yeah.
The Calibre Cartier.
Yeah.
There you go. Oof. Omega Aqua Terra. Hari Basili. Petronas AMG Mercedes watch, Gerard Pergola
Why did I call it
Laureato.
the Miami? It just looks Miami.
Because the colors are very Miami. That's why I just got confused. I'm like, wait, it's not.
That's
It's
my
not
fault.
Miami.
I apologize.
You at least started in dual time. They even got an ultraviolet. Zeta Defy El Primero. This is a very eclectic, well-rounded. I buy what I like collection, and I'm here for it. I love it. Duke of
It's
Brissenden asks. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, this is nice. It's just hard to follow up after the last collection, but this is actually a very nice, like, different. You know, everything kind of has like a different appeal, like not too much redundancies in this collection.
Exactly. This is one of my favorite Longines. It's a quadruple retrograde. Seconds, day, date, second time zone, and move phase. I saw a couple of these way back in the day. Duke of Riston asked, CQ, will Tudor ever bring back the Nort flag with goodies like the T-Fit? Feels like it was ahead of its time. This is the Nort flag is here at the bottom. I do feel like it could make a comeback. I do feel like it had a little bit of a zhuzh, and then it kind of went away, and it went just straight into Black Bay and the Chronos and different things like that. So I could see it coming back with the T-Fit and them doing a few different variations. If they want to, I think it could be a nice, accessible price point piece in an already relatively accessible brand. Special shout out to this little Chopard chronograph in the corner. Hellstrand meant the previous collection. Yes. I'd hope this is a collection your wife wouldn't carve. This is a good husband collection. You know what I mean? This is a good guy. This guy here, he like he takes care of the family. He buys what he likes, so he don't.
Hold on. You're saying the guy prior definitely has owns all the Cartier Love bracelets. Come on, bro.
I'm just saying, this is the collection of a gentleman who, he wants more.
But I'm saying, like, if you look at the last person's collection, he definitely has bought ladies' pieces to get into some of those watches, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So his wife is taking care of. But Strand is right. Like, God forbid she doesn't know about these things, and she finds out that he has a collection that's worth what is this close to 500? It's probably closer to 350.
Yeah, closer to 4.
But still, like a decent house in Alabama,
Oh, a decent house.
Texas.
In Central Florida, I go to Claremont. Well, I ain't got the biggest house, but I got a little water access. I figure it out.
COVID ruined Florida's real estate. Texas or Alabama? Georgia. Get a nice house in Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia, get something good.
Bro, he
All
has
right.
4 legs. That's at least 500 to 600. I don't know.
Here's the one.
I don't know about that. Maybe if he had 4 Zeitworks.
No, that's not 4 to 500.
No. I mean, he does have the Odysseus. Yeah. He has the Yorn. That the blue. Why am I blanking on it? Chronometric blue is going to be worth 100K soon. See you later, Hestran. Thank you for stopping by.
See you later. Thank you for stopping by. Oh gosh, this is the heavy hitter. Let's save that. We're gonna end with that one. I just want to go really quickly back to. You're right. I forgot about the CB.
Yeah, it's close to 5.
Yeah, I forgot about the CB. Cut hair alone is. This row alone is already close to 3. Yeah. Yep. You're right. All right, let us wind it down. We got some FP Jordans. Before we hit the FP Jordan, we got a 20-year collection with some Panerai, some Cartier, some Briquet. This is a good, well-rounded collection as well. At the bottom, we got Moser. We got a Glashute CQ, second CQ of the day. You got the White Gold Yachtmaster. You got Explorer 2 White Dial. He got a Cedar 43, a Blancpain Moonface 50 Fathoms, IWC Chrono, Navi Timer, Santos, 2 Santos. Another Glashute Monaco, Gold Submersible Panerai. These are all good.
Yeah.
I would trim it down a little bit personally, but for 20 years, that's not bad.
He's doing well for himself.
See you later, Tim. I think so. All right, let's wrap it up with the big buffet. I think we'll do another one of these Reddit videos. This was good. And here we have just all the Jordans that you could ever want. Is this one person's collection? Collecting for me is about the hunt and finding a special piece. Of course, I have some run-of-the-mill watches, but I really concentrate on indies that I feel are just watches with more character. In the last 5 years, indies have become a hot trend, and I think it's because, for the most part, you can actually buy them. I also love rose gold watches. What do you think of my collection? Anything you would add or subtract? I just want to. Yep, we know this guy. This is Tourbillon 001. We know this guy. And he does have a really, really good collection. So let's start with the Jordans. Oof. T30, super patinaed out T30, which is now, this is like 700 grand. You got a Ruthenium Octochrono, one of my favorite chronos. You got a Elegante Tidalite, the OG version with the white lume. You got an aluminum centergraph. This is a white Is this the Jade? This might be a Jade Optimum, which is insane. Ruthenium Resonance. Just a normal vertical turb. Salmon Resonance. This is an OG turb brass movement. Tokyo Edition Sonograph. Rose Gold Brass Movement Octochrono. Parking Meter Resonance. This is another brass movement Octo Reserve. A little bit of everything, let's just say. Oh my word, it's a Jordangasm. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. This is a Jordangasm for sure. This guy 100% dines at the Jordan restaurant every time he's in Geneva for sure. If you look at his Reddit and Instagram, you'll see that many times. All right, let's see what else. And then he has some Romain Gautier. He has, oh, this is beautiful, parking meter resonance with the MOP dial, dark MOP dial, amazing. These pieces we've all seen before. That's T30. This is just like millions. And this, I can't confirm this is somebody who's been collecting for a little bit and he does enjoy funky watches. Look at this case. I wish I could make it the other way. But in here we have more Journe, Octocalendrier, Resonance. He has a bunch of Journe. You got Lange, you got Edward Piguet Turbs, you got Chopard Perpetual Counters, Glashute Perpetual Counters, HWC Perpetual Counters, and mini repeaters, 2 of them. AP, Skeleton, Turbs. This is just a heavy hitter. 3970s, crazy watches. Dude has all his eggs in one basket with Journe, too much money tied up in one brand. What if FP has another incident which caused a lot of collectors to start dumping? Tough questions. He has a lot more than Journe, my friend. But that is a good question. He is definitely heavily in Journe.
CQ those Jorns at like ground level, so it would take so much for him to be hurt by this collection. I
Yeah.
don't think he was paying top dollar for. If you look at the watches that he has, I'm sure he was buying before the hype.
Vimal says, CQ, is this the Govbergs collection? No, it's not the Govbergs collection, but it is somebody who has a bigger collection than the Govbergs, to be honest with you. He's somebody who's bought over there, for sure. I mean, but he even he has Sarus. He has everything. He has literally...
Oh, you gotta deep it down.
And then the Ferrari Sonograph, oh my God. Little Platona. Rose Gold Vagabond Dodge. Yeah, it's a Jordangasm. Abdul R says, I would say more than a little bit, CQ. This is what I call obsessive collecting. Yeah, this is when you have the capital, and this is a hobby that you enjoy. And if the rails you have are, I just need to love the watch. It just needs to have some type of meaning to me of what I collected. J Tourbillon, oh my God, I forgot he had that. J Tourbillon, Salmon Dial, Optimum, Black Label Optimum, so many crazy pieces. And the patina on that T30 is so nice. But if you have the capital and if you're okay just having a lot of watches, I ain't mad at this, to be honest with you. I am mad at this. And he's made money on pretty much every single one. That's insane. Oh man! All right, guys. Thank you for coming to the Jordangasm. I hope it had your afternoon, got your afternoon started right as the landscapers started to crank up. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. You are the best watch chat ever. We will be back on tomorrow. I am taking a trip next week. I forgot. I'm going to Switzerland next week, so I'll figure out how we could do some type of content. So even if I pop in for 10, 15 minutes, I could just come and say hi to you guys. And definitely I'll be, I wish you were members only, because I would love to just be able to just send you guys quick, rough stuff. I'll figure out something where I can send some of the guys who always show up here, just, some quick insights and videos of what I'm doing out there next week, popping in a few great brands and doing some really, really fun things. Remember, if you guys need truly independent watch advice, check out cqthewatchguy.com, where you can see all of my services. Get in touch with me, text, WhatsApp, email, smoke signal. We got the mail pigeons are working working again. So everything's going good. I want to thank everybody for the chat. Watch Addict Diraj, USA Crime, what's going on? Abdul R Watches, Watch Addict, producer Bremont, best producer in the world. Noctua Watch Corp, shout out, check those guys up in Canada. Hope to come visit you soon. Oh, there's a Toronto watch show coming up, huh? Will you guys be there? Jen G, Tim Wright, Duke of Rissington. Oh man, so much people in there. Ryan McGraw, Pac Eldridge, Hellstrand, and we cannot forget Jules Caesar. And who did I miss? Ooh, even Chris DDS was in there. Oh man, you guys are the best. Do me a favor, upvote, comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you tomorrow. Retired Watch Guy Jay, do you have words of wisdom for the people?
I just want the collection that we were looking at last, and then you will never see me again. I'll be as incognito as the guy with all those shorts.
Exactly, you know. All right, guys, have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.